JC from Total Body Training, and I have to talk to you about something. I was just in some horrible freaking traffic, and I was about to lose my mind. I was fuming. I was sitting there thinking about how I needed to get to the next place I needed to get to. I need to do this for work. And all of a sudden, I started really thinking about this, okay? And I started thinking about, why am I getting so mad, right? Why am I so upset that traffic isn't going the way that I want it to go right now? Within a few minutes, traffic moved on, and I wasn't even stuck in traffic as long as I thought, right? So my perception of what was about to happen was really off. So in my head, I was thinking, I'm gonna be stuck in traffic for forever, right? So my perception was off. But not only that, had I been stuck in traffic for a long ass time, my perception still would have been wrong, because nothing tells me that I'm not gonna go out into the world and get stuck in traffic every now and then, all right? And that's perfectly okay. It's just that I had this expectation about what was gonna happen when I got done leaving. Concept of perception plays into something that I was thinking about with our workouts, because I'm always thinking about how to rethink about what I do and about training and life in general, right? About the perception of your progress. We want our progress now, whether it's weight loss or whether it's working out and putting on muscle and getting shredded and getting ripped. We really want this to happen now. But the thing is that progress is something that takes time, right? And a lot of times we don't think that. Even when we talk about gaining weight, so people who gain weight because they've been out of shape, well, they say, I just woke up one day and I gained all the weight. No, you didn't. Like, I guarantee you that what happened was that over time you put on a few pounds here and there, a little bit here and there. You would notice, but you wouldn't really care too much. You thought, oh, I'll get to the gym or something like that. And then just one day it hit a critical point where you were like, well, yeah, I've gained weight and I don't know how this happened. Well, it took some time. And the same way that took some time, it's gonna take some time for you to lose the weight, or it's gonna take some time for you to get in shape. No matter what your goal is, you need to have the perception that any kind of progress is going to take time when it comes to really anything in life. You know, that could be school, right? You're trying to graduate from high school or college. It's going to take a few years. It could be any kind of goal. Anything that you can think of takes time, and anything that's worth it takes time. It shouldn't be something that's easy. That's what gives it value, right? So we really need to focus on having, and I'm including myself here, I'm not perfect, having the perception that progress takes time, that getting good at something, or specifically in weightlifting, it's going to take time, and you need to be okay with that. Now, that doesn't mean that if you start a program and you start working out and you start and you're really, really good for like a week, that you can take 2 weeks off and then a month later or maybe 2 months later pick it back up and go really, really hard, and then pick back up and then stop and then pick back up and stop and pick back up, right? And then like 6 months down the road, you're like, well, you know, I was slow and steady wins the race in my mind. You know, my progress should be far along, but it's not. Well, it's not, because you never really committed, right? So you need to make sure that you've got the right discipline too. Because if you're not disciplined, that doesn't work. That slow progress doesn't work if you're not disciplined. So you got to take care of that first, right? You have to have that good perception that if you stick with something, you'll change, right? So let's get that one down. Second, if you stick with what your program is, you're going to see slow and steady results. Maybe it's weight loss. You'll lose a pound, or you'll lose 2 pounds, or something very small every week. Maybe you're trying to put on size, or you're trying to lift more weights, and you go into the gym, and 1 week you're picking up just a little bit more weight than you did the week before that. and the week before that. And all this compounds and compounds until you're doing amazing things. I'm about to get stung by some bees because there's some plants over here. I'm gonna move over here. Until you're doing some really incredible shit that you never thought you were doing. You're lifting weights that no one ever thought you were doing. I know that's certainly the case for myself. Like, I ran a marathon, and I'm not a crazy athlete. I am not going to the Olympics ever. But I've been able to do things that I never thought I was able to do, but it's only because I gave myself the time to do it, okay? So don't get discouraged whenever progress doesn't happen the week or 2 weeks after you get started. Don't get discouraged if you start a program and you don't actually stick with it, right? You don't have that discipline down, and 7 months goes by, and you think that you deserve something that really, frankly, you don't deserve, right? Just like me in the car, the inaccurate perception that I deserved to be somewhere quicker than I was when really I didn't. My point here is that have the proper perception, right, of what you're supposed to do. Know what you're supposed to do. Know that you're supposed to stay dedicated to the task or the discipline that you want to get good at, right? So start with the discipline, and then be okay with slow progress, because that slow progress compounded over time is what it takes to make you the best version of yourself. All right, and that's going to be it for today.